Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, and I'll bring you a video tonight titled Why You Choose the Wrong Woman and End Up Devastated. But before we go any further, always know that my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available on my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Thank you to everyone who's been ordering your copies. They're on the way. They're coming from the printer this week, like I've been reiterating in my previous videos. You all just hold tight, and the books are on the way, and I've already placed another order to cover the new orders that I'm going to be receiving. And there's not going to be any delay or lag in me shipping these books out anymore. Just hang in there with me, and thank you for hanging in there with me. The books are on the way. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And to everyone who's been asking me to cover custom topics in my videos, remember a donation of $50 or more to my Cash App or my PayPal with your explanation of the video that you want me to make. That will get you your custom video that will end up on my page, Matthew C. Horn Dating, right here on YouTube. But thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you to my new subscribers. I've been enjoying engaging with you all. But now it is time to get to it. It's time to get to it. Seeing men make too many mistakes. Why you choose the wrong woman and end up devastating. This is a follow-up to my video, The Cornerstone of Becoming the Sexually Attractive Man. This is a follow-up because we needed a part 2. Because I covered a lot in that video. And this is the part 2. Why you choose the wrong woman and end up devastated. The way that this works, I'm just going to do a synopsis of my previous video. Just a synopsis of the previous video where I discussed the cornerstone of becoming the sexually attractive man. In that video, I talked about how you should never look outside of yourself when it comes to developing yourself. You've been dealt a hand by God, gifts, talents, attributes, in a unique way and perspective that you see the world. This is your hand. And you'll never have an awareness of your hand if you're looking around at other people's hands. It's really that simple. You have to embrace your hand, your gifts, your talents, your attributes, and your unique way and perspective that you see the world, so that the live cards in your hand become alive to you. And when you accept those cards and you're content with yourself, then you're naturally inclined to develop your best cards and then play your best cards. And then that's when you're going to get the best return, not just from beautiful women, but from life. And I had to just do the brief synopsis because it's a follow-up to my previous video. It's election season. You know, I'm making this video at about 3:30 in the morning right now. And later today, you know, everyone's going to run to the polls if they haven't voted early. And it just made me think of something. You know, the President of the United States is the most celebrated and protected entity in the United States. And how is that president protected? You have Secret Service agents and different arms of the military and armed forces who protect the president on the ground. But the people that have the most complete vantage point of how to protect the president is from on high. The Secret Service that's on top of the buildings, armed to the teeth, binoculars, they're seeing everything, meaning that they have an advantage because they have an elevated view of the president, meaning they can see things materialize before the people on the ground can see them take shape. And that's how the president stays protected. And the correlation between the president being protected and the topic tonight of not, you know, being devastated and choosing the wrong woman is that you have to reach your mountaintop. You have to accept whatever hand God dealt you. And you can't look at any other men and envy and desire what they have. You have to fully embrace and accept your hand, because your hand is not going to change. We've all been dealt a certain hand, and it's at your ultimate advantage to play that hand. When you do that, you elevate. When you do that, you reach your mountaintop. And so every woman who enters your life, you can judge her level of desire for you and her reasoning for being there and her angles and her heart. You can judge that accurately and quickly because you're at the mountaintop. meaning you're looking down because you're elevated. You can't elevate unless you've accepted yourself wholeheartedly. You can't elevate unless you've accepted yourself wholeheartedly, or else you're just on the ground with everybody else. And you have to suffer those consequences of not being able to see things coming before they materialize. So you have to accept your hand wholeheartedly. And when you truly understand that there is a magnitude of a man that you can present to the world as opposed to just an average man, the magnitude, like I discussed in the previous video, that's when you fully embrace your hand. You're improving yourself, and you're improving the best attributes that you've been dealt. That's when you're an elevated man, and that's when you're a celebrated man, and that's when you've reached your mountaintop. But to understand the motives and the intentions and the intent of the right woman entering your space, you have to be in an elevated position, meaning that you have to reach your mountaintop. You have to reach your mountaintop, and that's from living from the inside out. That's from not trying to just improve yourself outwardly, which is just creating a hollow shell, but improving yourself inwardly and evolving inwardly, because you've accepted whatever hand that God has dealt you, and you're giving the world your best, and women recognize that. So that's where I was going with this video tonight, is you have to reach your mountaintop. You can't just be on the ground, because by the time you're on the ground and something comes at you wrong that can leave you devastated, by the time you see it, it's too late. That's why you have to protect yourself from the mountaintop, the elevated stance. And the mountaintop is important because not many men reach that place. Many men just accept whatever women give them and call it a day. But if you've reached your mountaintop, then now, once again, you are the elevated and celebrated man. And what comes with that, being the elevated and celebrated man, what really comes with that is you know what it's like to be desired. You know what it's like to be desired because you've reached your respective mountaintop. So if a woman comes into your space and she doesn't desire you and she doesn't see you the way that you see yourself, and being elevated means that you're going to encounter enough women who view you as a prize, who view you as an elevated man, and who view you as a magnitude of a man, meaning she has a healthy reverence and respect for you. And it doesn't work out with every one of those women, but the good thing about being at your mountaintop is you know what it looks like. So if a woman enters your space and she's not viewing you in accordance with the man that you've elevated yourself into on that mountaintop, you let her go. And you avoid the devastation. Because most men choose the wrong woman. That's why 80% of men end up on the wrong side of divorce. 80% of women are out here initiating divorces. And that is happening because divorce, devastation, and betrayal begins at hello. Divorce, devastation, and betrayal begins at hello. These men who end up on the wrong side of divorce, a good number of them, they ignored the signs that the woman was not into them the same way that they were into the woman as soon as they met. That's why all of these devastating characteristics begin at hello. The worst thing you could do is chase a woman down as a man. And the only way that woman will get with you is when she's tired. And she's not tired from you chasing her. She's tired from her chasing the men that she really wants, and she can't capture them. She's not tired from you chasing her. She's tired from chasing the men that she really wants that she was unable to capture. That's why she's tired. And then now you stuck around long enough and you're the consolation prize. And that's why you're on a road to devastation. If you engage with a woman from hello that doesn't want you the same way that you want her. She was giving you signs from hello. You had to chase her, you had to call her, you had to text her multiple times just to get a response. And then she finally got tired of chasing the men that she really wanted. And she tired out. And you were the consolation prize. You were the consolation prize. There's no other way to put it. You were just left, and she chose you. Not because you were her first choice. You were her logical choice. Think about that. Her first choice are the men that she really wanted, that she was chasing, but she couldn't capture them. And at a certain point in time, especially as a woman, she hits her 30s, 40s, or whatever you want to call it, that fertility clock starts ticking, and she has to make a decision. Ride off into the sunset by herself or get some sort of consolation prize, which is the guy who's been chasing her as she's been running away from him and running toward the men that she really wanted, that she was unable to capture. At that point, you're not her first choice. You're not her optimal choice. You're her logical choice. Her logic says this is the best that I could do, and let me get something instead of nothing. And that's where divorce, betrayal, and devastation meets the man right there. And if you had any sense of self, if you reached your mountaintop, you would have realized what it looks like for a woman to truly desire you. And you would have never gone past hello when you saw that imbalance was present in terms of your desire for her and her desire for you. But you're the consolation prize. And these are the men that end up on the wrong side of divorce and end up devastated. So this is how you avoid that, is you have to truly develop yourself into your best self. Give yourself a chance to experience the best in life. Understand what it takes and what's a representation of your best self that you can present to life and to beautiful women. That's why the book is titled How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, because I'm creating the optimal man. That's when you get everything that you want from life and not just beautiful women. Beautiful women are a byproduct of you presenting life with the best version of yourself. So you never do anything for women, you do it for yourself, because you understand that you have a certain impeccable hand that God dealt you with your gifts, your talents, and your attributes. Your appearance, you groom everything. You groom every gift. You revere every gift. And you cherish every gift, every attribute that God gave you. And that's going to take you to your mountaintop. So you're recognizable to the world, and not just beautiful women, as the best version of yourself. That was the purpose of making this video tonight, because you never want to be a woman's logical choice, a consolation prize, where she's tired from chasing the men that she really wanted, that she was unable to capture, and you are the last man standing, and you're the logical choice, not the optimal choice, not the first choice, but the logical choice. These are the men who end up on the wrong side of divorce, the wrong side of relationships, before that woman just gets tired of looking at you and tired of accepting the fact that she did not develop herself into the woman that could get her optimal and her first choice. That she had to choose her constellation prize, which is you, because you didn't prize yourself enough to develop yourself into the man that knows what it looks like for an abundance of women to desire him. That's why men are suffering. That's why 80% of women initiate divorces, and 80% of men are on the wrong side of divorce and are devastated at the end of these relationships and these marriages, because they never develop themselves into the optimal man that knows what it looks like to be a woman's first choice. Just running these women down. And these women are running away from you toward their first choice. And then they can't catch them, and there you are. You're the last man standing, and you never want to be a woman's logical last man standing. Nothing good comes from that. It's devastation and betrayal. That's all that comes from it. And many men can attest to what I'm saying, because they didn't have a healthy perception of themselves. They never developed themselves into the first choice that they could be to life if they chose to develop themselves. This is not an easy walk if you want the best outcomes from life and beautiful women. It's not an easy walk. It's a concerted effort where you wake up every day and say, I'm going to take my best gifts, talents, and attributes, and I'm going to develop them. I want to develop them. I want to play the hell out of my hand, and I want to elevate to my mountaintop. When you elevate to your mountaintop, you can see everything clearly. You can see everything clearly. I hear so many women talk about how this guy was in the friend zone, and he was there for so long, and he had a strong romantic interest in the woman, and the woman dated guy after guy after guy and couldn't get the man she wanted, and this man stayed in the friend zone long enough, and she ended up getting with him, talking about, oh, I love him so much, we just looked at each other one day and we loved each other. No, you're 36 years old, your eggs are drying up and he's the last man standing, and he doesn't realize that he is on the wrong side of betrayal, and it's just a countdown until that happens. Or he's going to be on the wrong side of a mismatched relationship in a marriage because she doesn't desire him the same way that he desires her. He is the logical choice in the consolation prize, and you never want to be that man. And I see this play out right in front of me. I'm always at events and doing book signings and talking to women, and they're telling me these stories. Oh, I just woke up one day and realized I loved him. You woke up one day and you were tired from chasing the man that you really wanted. You were fatigued, and he was the last man standing. And he is unaware because he hasn't developed himself, and he didn't love himself enough to disengage at hello. And so he's going to be the consolation prize, and he's going to be treated accordingly as he takes that vow after he gets on one knee and she accepts his proposal. He will be treated as the consolation prize because he is a reminder of the frustration of her inability to capture her first choice, and he is her logical choice. I hope I've made this as clear as I possibly can. But once you develop yourself and once you hit your mountaintop, you will understand the experience and the fulfillment that comes along with being a woman's first choice. You will understand that the only way to go past hello is reciprocal treatment. You will understand that you have to see this woman over time, even after she desires you the same way that you desire her. And then there's a level of emotion that develops, and your hearts connect. And then you make her your girlfriend, and then her desire for you increases, and your desire for her increases, and you see her over time, and you two become one. And then at that point, that's the logical place to get her down on one knee. But you don't want to be in a position where you're chasing a woman, she's running away from you. You're eating all kinds of shit from her, but you're staying in the game, and she's the prettiest girl that's stuck around you the longest. So not your hearts connect, your heart connects as she's running away from you, but she's still present because she needs a safety net. So your heart connects, your hearts don't connect, your heart connects. And when she's fatigued, then that's when she'll turn around and face you and say, I've ran long enough. I'm not going to catch these men I really want. You're the consolation prize. You're the last man standing. That's not a position you want to be in when your heart connects. Not your hearts, but your heart connects. The right woman for you, you will see her over time. Her desire for you will increase. You'll see her over more time, and your desire for one another will increase. She'll show up in your life the right way. She'll recognize the magnitude of man that you are because you've reached your mountaintop. You've made a conscious choice not to show up to the world as an average, watered down, mundane version of yourself. You've chosen to bring the best version of yourself to life, and the woman reveres that. And you two observe each other over time, and your hearts connect. And this is the woman that you choose to be your wife, to be your woman. That's the woman that you choose. Because instead of devastation, that's elation. That's a joy. That's a place where you're more alive than you've ever been when you have the right woman in your space who recognizes the magnitude of man that you are. And it's only one way to do it. You're either going to be that guy who's the consolation prize, her logical choice, or you're just going to be her optimal choice, which is always going to translate to the best experience. Always. But you have to develop yourself into that magnitude of man that you're looking down at the world from your mountaintop so you can see everything. That's how you protect yourself, is you elevate to the mountaintop where you have the highest vantage point and you can see every play developing before it happens. You can see that the woman's interest is mismatched at hello, or you can see the woman's interest has increased as you two have spent a significant amount of time with one another. And it just goes from increase to increase as you two have hearts, not a heart, hearts that connect. I've said enough. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video tonight titled, Why You Choose the Wrong Woman and Experience Devastation. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available on my website, www.matthewchorne.com, Order your copies. And thank you once again to everyone who's been ordering their copies. They're coming around the clock, these orders. I'm so thankful for you all in this ascension that we're experiencing together. You will get your books. If you place your order, I placed multiple orders from my printer. I'm not going to have this problem again. Everyone is going to get their books. Just hang in there tight with me. I got you. To anyone who's been asking about the custom videos, once again, topics you want me to speak on, see my donation information that's in my video description, my Cash App and my PayPal. Donate a donation of $50 or more. I will make a custom video for you. Just drop a note when you make a donation. Tell me what you want the video to be about. It's coming to my page in 24 hours or less. Matthew C. Horn Dating. And to everyone who's in need of coaching, thank you to everyone who's been reaching out to me for coaching. I just checked my old email that I was promoting, matthewchorne23@gmail.com. If you notice, I switched it over to matt@matthewchorne.com. So I'm just responding to everyone who's emailed me at matthewchorne23@gmail.com. And I'm acknowledging your requests, and I hope that you all are still interested so you can get some of this elevated coaching. But if you want the optimal outcomes in the dating space, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave your name, your number, and the issue that you're facing in the dating space and the place you want to elevate to. I'll do an assessment and I'll get right back to you. And we'll get on the road to coaching and getting you the optimal outcomes in the dating space. If this video has been of value to you, if you notice your thought process have been elevated as a result of encountering this message, drop something in my donation information, my PayPal or my Cash App. Help me to continue to keep going so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages in the dating space. I've enjoyed spending some time with you tonight. Always choose yourself. Always choose to elevate. Reach your mountaintop so you have a clear vantage point of everything that enters your space. And you can only, at that point, end up in the optimal outcomes with women. Not her consolation prize, not her logical choice, but her first choice and her optimal dating destination. I'll see you soon.